Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat, you're watching iGyaan, and today we are checking out the Realme. Not the Realme, but the Realme phone. You'll never get to see the Realme, I think, but you'll get to see this phone which I almost dropped. As you can see, there is no information anywhere on the box of the phone, and that's because they want to hide it. They don't want any leaks to happen. But we're going to be unboxing it, and we're going to be telling you what all is inside the box and what the specifications are and everything. So you can see that it is made by Oppo, and we've not really done a lot of Oppo devices, but this one seemed interesting, so I decided to do an unboxing. I'm cutting through the packaging right now. Now, from what I know, the phone goes on sale on the 15th of May on Amazon exclusively. This is an Amazon exclusive device. Pricing is unknown for this device, and I guess that's why they've removed it from the back as well. But if I was to guess, I would say that anywhere from 10 to 12,000 rupees. It's probably been designed to be a Redmi competition, hence they got a name which is quite identical. So this probably has the case. I can see it inside. So you also get the SIM ejector tool and the case along with some documentation. It says it's the quick guide and some basic steps, I'm assuming, how to put in a SIM card. Now, from what I can see, it can take in 2 SIM cards and 1 micro SD card together, according to this booklet. So I'm going to check that out as well. Some important warranty information, who needs that? And then you have this QR code thing happening here. Apparently you have to scan it, but this is the free case that comes with the device, and this is the device itself. So I'm going to place it to the side right now. I'm going to keep the suspense going a little bit longer. You get the charger here, which looks a lot like the OnePlus charger. It's a giant charger. Hopefully it has fast charging. So it has 5 volt 2 amps, and you can see that it says Oppo here, or if you turn it around, it says Auto. And what else? You get a USB to micro USB cable. That is disappointing because I was hoping for USB Type-C. So a standard USB to USB micro cable. Cable quality is pretty nice. It's a nice and thick cable. So possibly it'll be able to carry more charge, but the charger itself is only 5 volt and 2 amps. I think it's time to take a look at the device itself. And after 3 layers of packaging, this is the Oppo made Realme device exclusively for Amazon. As you can see, it's got this diamondy back panel. It says it's designed by Oppo and assembled in India. At least they're not saying that it's made in India. So the sides are nice and glossy. I'm assuming it's plastic. And the back panel is a glass panel. As you can see, it has this diamondy finish. You can see the camera and the LED flash over here. Over to the right, you do have the power button and the SIM tray, which I'm going to check out in just a second. Nothing on the top, completely clean. And on the left is the volume buttons. On the bottom, the micro USB port. The microphone pinholes, you can see that the lesser grill is the microphone and the main speaker grill, and then you also have a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is nice. I can see that there is a screen protector on this, and it comes pre-installed, which is nice, but the screen is also raised from the bezel, which is not a great design decision according to me. It also feels like it's not properly in there, but that may be a design thing. And then it's also sharp to the thumb, so the edges are quite sharp. So I would say in terms of design, the back where it looks really nice. The front, in terms of durability, this is not a really good design. But let's turn it on and see what it looks like, and then we'll discuss specs a little bit. So there it says Realme. We'll wait for it to power on. So I'm just going to pull open this SIM tray, and yeah, so it's got 2 dedicated slots for SIM card and 1 for micro SD card. Everything's in Chinese, but it's also in English. Face to screen, SIM 1, SIM 2. So I'm assuming they're selling this phone in China as well, if they have some markings in Chinese. They don't have English India as an option, so I'm going to choose United Kingdom. And I'm going to just connect to the Wi-Fi. So you can see they have the Oppo secure keyboard option over here. It will probably allow you to save some passwords. I'm not too sure. Like I said, I've never really used Oppo devices except for that one FC Barcelona edition that we did. I do not want to join the user experience. I have read the policy apparently. And I'm just going to quickly set up. I'm going to skip the Google sign in for now. So they have face and passcode. So that means that there is Face ID. Let's quickly get into settings. You need a passcode. I'm going to say 4-digit. My super secure passcode is going to be entered right now. And now I'm going to enroll my super secure facial info. So that was a relatively easy enroll. It also has raise to turn on screen. So that way you can quickly unlock the device just by looking at it and raising the phone. I do not want a Wi-Fi assistant. I do not want it to auto update at night. And I do not want to import data. So I'm going to get started. It says it has color OS and there it is. That's the screen. For now, it looks super responsive. It's super responsive. So you also have something called the Smart Assistant, and you can see that it gives me one tap access to common functions. As if we didn't have enough assistants, we have one more over here. Now it wants access to my contacts. I'm going to deny that. It wants access to my SMS messages. I want to deny that. So basically the assistant will be able to do things. So I guess I'll allow it access to certain things. But if I was you, I wouldn't. Okay, so you can see that it's more or less a simple user interface, so nothing going on. You don't have an app drawer, everything sits on the screen. You do have your folders for standard Google apps, and then you have some tools which are, I'm assuming, Oppo specific tools. So you do have an FM radio, you do have a compass, and you do have a recorder, which I'm assuming is a voice recorder. And then you also have Amazon shopping because, hey, Amazon's selling this phone, so their app should be on it. And then you have WPS Office. I'm going to see if I can delete these apps. So I can delete these apps, which is nice. So it just doesn't disable them. Can I delete the Amazon app? I can delete the Amazon app as well. Not that you'd want to. You also have the Oppo App Store, which I don't know why it's there. That I'm assuming you cannot delete. So let's take a look at, before we do that actually, let's quickly set up the Google Play Store and see what we have for specifications. So you've got all your notifications already showing up. I'm going to delete that, I'm going to delete that. And it's also showing me that it has a few updates already. What I really need to do is, let's say, download some benchmarks, and that's what I want to run initially. And then, so if I quickly jump into the settings panel, I'm going to see if I can get into About Phone. You can see that this is running the Color OS version 5, but it's on Android 8.1, which is fantastic. It is an octa-core processor. It doesn't tell me which processor. I'm going to find that out in just a minute. Now it says that I have 128 gigabyte of storage and 6 gigabyte of RAM, so I'm assuming this variant is going to be slightly more expensive than the base variant, which has lesser RAM and storage. So we've got the MediaTek 6771, so MT6771. It's an octa-core chipset with almost 2 gigahertz on the clock. So all of them are on almost 2 gigahertz. 1989 is the actual frequency. And then you have the Mali G72 MP3 GPU. We've got a 6-inch display, which is an 18:9 aspect ratio display. You can see that the display is rounded off. And like I mentioned, 6 gigabyte of RAM and 16 gigabyte of onboard storage. The battery is a 3410 milliamp hour battery. And I'm assuming that this device will at least give you a 10 watt charging capability. But we'll test a proper charger, like a high frequency charger, a quick charger, and see if it works with quick charge devices. But since this is a 6771, the limitations might be there. So let's pop into the camera real quick. So you've got a 13 megapixel main camera at the back with the LED flash over here. What I want to see is what kind of shooting modes do we have. So we've got filters and beauty mode. So you've got a few beauty settings. So I'm going to disable that. And then you have some filters that you can pre-apply. These seem nice. They're subtle filters, not over the top, more Instagrammy. So these are nice. So in the filter, I'm going to disable the filter. I'm going to see if there's like an aperture mode. We've got a timer, super vivid, depth of field. So super vivid is off, and depth effect. So if I place the subject within 2 meters, apparently I can get a depth effect. Maybe it needs a more human subject. I'll test it out later on, possibly on myself. And then I want to see what kind of video recording do we get. So it says 1080p, 720p. But let's see if I can get into the settings. So they do have something called the expert mode, which I'm assuming is like a pro mode. So you got white balance, exposure value, ISO, shutter, and focus settings over here. And video, I'm assuming, is restricted to 1080. You also have something called a sticker mode, where you can use stickers apparently on people's faces. So that'll work again on certain things. You can also get a full screen picture, so an 18:9 aspect ratio image if you want that. Let's go into the standard photo mode. I'm going to switch to the front camera now. So with the front camera, again, I do have something called with a depth effect, which seems to work really well. It actually looks really nice, the depth shot. It managed to sort of isolate the background quite well. So I'd say that that's a win definitely for the depth on the front. And I'm going to go into video and see, again, 1080p video, so nothing special going on over there as far as video is concerned. We do have the timer, and we do have the super vivid, and we also have HDR, which is on auto, and you do also have a front facing flash apparently. So let's try it with the flash. Oh, so it's a screen flash, not a real flash. And then you also have a full screen mode or a square mode, so I can take like pictures square, but every app now supports the other kind of pictures as well, so it's not a big deal. Let's open up the browser, see what that looks like. So the screen looks really nice and vivid. It's got really nice viewing angles as well. I just don't like the fact that it's raised so much. It's sharp to the edges. The phone overall feels really responsive and loads up our website really quickly as well. And I have to say that it has something to do with the website too. But the browser seems to work really well. Got a really fluid motion going on over here. You don't have multi-window. Yeah, so I don't think this allows multi-window color OS. So that's definitely a disappointment. And you can see that with literally nothing running, only the camera and everything, only the camera and the browser, we've got 3 GB already being used in the RAM department. So I guess 6 GB of RAM is something that you might need if you're playing a lot of games and multitasking and stuff like that. You do have a phone manager over here, which will help you clean up storage, also set up some privacy permissions. There's also a virus scan and payment protection and some common problems that it can detect, and it's found 77 issues that it can optimize. There's also a theme store which also wants to make phone calls. Apparently every app on this device wants to make phone calls. So there are some free themes, and I'm assuming there's like a paid theme, but a whole lot of free themes over here that you can download and install on the device. You can also make an account and upload themes and share it with other people. You also have a direct file manager, which is right here, and like I said, the Oppo App Store. So overall, pretty bare bones. You do have certain settings that I was looking at earlier, so you can go into here, and dual SIM and mobile options can be set directly from the settings panel. And also I wanted to go into the display and see if we can get something called the night mode. So you do have night shield, which you can enable, and then you can also make it warmer. So this is like a blue light filter or a night mode for your device. Everyone has a different name for it. So does Oppo for the Realme. And then, like I said, you can go into the face and passcode and enter your passcode. And it can also do screen brightness compensation in dim environments. So what it'll do is make the screen brighter if it's really dark outside, to make the face recognition a little better. But still, face recognition using the camera doesn't work as well as, say, a Face ID, which uses the dot projector. Also wanted to see apps. So you do have dual apps. So apps that will support app cloning, you can do that from here. And you get 2 clones. So you can have 2 different accounts on the same phone. This feature is what really makes these phones quite attractive. You see this on Xiaomi devices as well. A lot of people use it, especially if you have 2 SIM cards in there and you have 2 WhatsApp accounts. You can manage them separately directly on one device, which is great. So that's the real me. What the real deal is, what the price will be, And what I'm assuming is that the price will be somewhere in the 10 to 14,000 rupee price bracket, starting at 999. What your guesses are, you can leave in the comments below. Overall, phone seems really nice and extremely premium. I don't like the raised screen. That's definitely something that's bothering me. On the cover, if you do pop on the cover, it does give it a little bit of a lip protection. So yeah, it definitely protects the display if you pop on the silicone cover that's provided in the box. So I would definitely recommend using that, because since the glass is exposed from the bezel, if you lay it down flat or if it falls flat, you might damage that quickly. There also seems to be a screen protector already on the screen, so they're doing that bit already, which makes this slightly interesting. The pricing is what will matter now after the launch, so we'll check that out and we'll let you know how that goes. But if you guys have any special requests or queries, you can drop those in the comment section below. We'll be testing out this device in depth. And just to end this video, I'll run an Antutu benchmark and tell you what the score is. So that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a part of Team iGyaan, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon. This has been Bharat. I will see you guys in the next one.